Yeah.
Arrow, are you ready?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, and you'll get to go up on the stage and talk about your world.
I don't think people are gonna pay much attention.
Yeah, they will. Crazium's gonna go up there now and get everyone to be quiet, and then you'll get to go.
Hello. We will be continuing on with the event now. Sorry about that. I believe. Let me just double check who is next.
Furrow.
Firo, if you want to come up and explain the world that you're showing off, feel free to come up on stage.
Okay.
Also,
hello everybody.
Sorry, one small thing. For the remainder, no, I'm sorry. For the remainder of today's event, anybody showing off of World, if you could throw down a group portal instead of a group plus, that would be greatly appreciated. Just for the rest of today's event. All right, that's all.
Hello everybody. I am showing off my world, which is not anything visually based. It is a function world. So I'm just showing off something that I, like a mechanic that I made, which actually contains two things that I want to show off. One thing is a gesture system. The gesture system works by basically you hold down both triggers, you do like an action, and then a certain thing happens. That I currently have bound to do some like demo movement things. There is a wall of the moves of the types of moves that I have. The default moves that you will make to trigger each gesture are a bit buggy, so I also implemented a way of rebinding each gesture. So in the world you will see 3 buttons and a red one. The buttons are from top to bottom the same as on the image shown. I can explain it when we're in the world and R again. The second thing that I would like to show is world persistence. That sounds impossible because it's not released yet. But I'm not showing off the world persistence by VRChat. I wrote my own, which works as follows. There are 3 text boxes in the world. There is one where you enter a message, there is a button below it, and then below that is another text box. You will type a message into the middle text box. You will click the button and copy the link that's generated in the text field below. Then you simply click on the black box above the canvas. You will paste in the link and press OK. And that should hopefully give you a confirm message and also not crash my API. Yeah, that's what I'm going to show. I'm going to run through each thing when we're in the world again separately, so it's more clear what to do. So I'll open the instance now, and yeah. You said group, right?
Yeah.
Not group plus.
Group only.
Yes.
Group under the community events group.
Instance queue, create instance, drop portal. All right.
So special movement packages and some free
Sick.
buttons. That looks nice.
Alright, that looks good.
Well,
Hey, portal time.
Can the app in the detection system?
And it's in labs.
Hey.
Look.
Oh, I see.
Yo.
Oh, wow.
Floating
I
nodes.
see.
Range got it. Oh my goodness.
The fuck is
I
all
am
this?
already confused.
Health, attack, guild, money, level, XP, online time. Okay.
Oh god.
Something with the chest here.
Correct message at last.
We have a real-time chat.
Oh god.
Okay.
Could
Oh, it's hard to-
Well, are you scared of your own shadow?
Yes. I have too many polygons. I make too much shadow.
I'm afraid of your shadow too.
Understandable.
I don't have one above me either.
I mean, it's not so bad in this
I
one.
see people other like what and or crazy.
True, true. Absolutely.
do I have? Am I already dead?
I think the only trouble I'm having.
on the screen.
Yeah, that's the only trouble I'm having is actually being able to read text properly because they're just overlapping or going so fast.
People don't have anything. I think it's because we joined in late.
It could just be the
Okay.
Oh.
whatever object pool they're using still loading for people.
Oh, you can just keep doing it, huh?
Yeah. I was like,
Rising up.
Seems like a miscalculation though.
Rising down.
Oh, I don't even have to move. I just have to. Yeah, just. Why am I moving my hands? I could just like do it up and in.
I said that setting. You can
One left buffer. Well, that should not be that bad.
It's fine with that one. You click
Maybe I can only handle
button,
human
you click both clicks and do a movement, and then you click that one.
Guys, are there any questions?
So many questions.
You hate Hopstar so much.
Yes,
Going
please.
early.
Tell.
Maybe we're not God. So like after we do this, we should be able
Yes.
to do these.
Yes, you do that basically as mentioned before. You click on a box, you press both triggers, and do the action, and then as soon as you release, the
Okay.
action ends. It's the same for after you've recorded one. You need to press the red box to save. You do that for each of these gestures. They are aligned the same way as presented here. And after you saved the last gesture, you will be able to do said move.
Or
as
that's the
presented
particles
on
in
the
front of you.
image.
Okay, so I press.
I need like full body for this.
Yeah.
No, you don't need full body. It is you hold both triggers and you do the action.
Yeah, that's the attack lift, but the attack swoosh and lounge, I have to switch the other.
You need to rebind those as well. The first box is for the upmost, the second box is for the middle one, and the bottom box is for the forward lunge.
So what is how to do the first one then? Because I should have bound it,
You have to
or do I
apply
need
with the
to?
red button. It's
Top
like
box.
apply button.
Yeah, so that one, and then
And the red one is save.
so
Yeah.
this one, and then the red one,
Nice. You did it. You did it. Oh, nice.
and then
Furo.
I can do the lunge.
there we go.
So just in case,
Ah. I think these needs to have like a cooldown on them. Let's see. Lunge forward with style.
by moving my hand backwards like this. and that's how I got it to do that. If I wanted to do the attack lift, which is the second yellow button there, I wanted to push down like this, so I recorded that action and then saved by pressing the red button. That's how I can do this now.
Why would you send someone?
So it's literally recording your movements. Yes.
It's like a string.
String and now it worked. It worked. Okay, now I can do it now.
Is there like a...
It was coming
I was
eventually.
able to do it at one point, but
Did it break it?
And then I can.
It means that if you make a actually, you know,
It's just recording your movements.
Prismic's avatar search world.
Imagining as if those are the actual moves. I think so. Those three buttons.
Yeah, you remember how that world's able to save all of your choices?
Like the one where
Like all your color settings and all that kind of deal?
I record myself doing this.
Oh, yeah.
As long as
That's
it
persistent.
records the arm movement. So, and I press the red button after I click the top.
And another...
Red that saves it. And it remembers that
There are
motion.
many customer implementations, like Nestor, for example, has literally written their own version of persistence.
Don't worry.
So, again, you click the top button, you do the recording while you press your triggers down, and then you press the red button to save that, and then you do that action again. It should work.
now I've made it so that I can push forward and lunge at somebody.
I mean, that is
Oh.
Oh, there we go. There we go.
And yeah, so you can select like
Set tar 0 setup flow.
Ah, okay, I get it now.
now it's working. I just wrote something on the black box up here.
But yeah.
So what I did, I clicked on the
Ah.
cube, and then I
Get it.
just did the arm movement, and then I pressed on the red cube.
Did you have to do any other outputs when you started recording or something? Or did you start
You
recording?
can turn into anything. We're doing it in a enter. We're looking at things. Looking at the world.
And you hold your
That's what we're doing.
The red cube, you hold your triggers.
In many other
After you press the red cube, you hold your triggers.
we have a string of some sort.
I can do it. Very cool.
But how do I know what my
interaction
So-
issues? Yeah, probably some layers.
Let me. So what you do is like say you press press this one.
Oh, you are the. Oh.
Yeah.
So just press it once, and then you
Press.
do
Just one click.
yeah, just
right?
one click, and then step away from it so you don't click on anything. And then you just
Yeah.
do whatever motion or press you want it to trigger. So if you want it to just trigger with one, you press one, and then you go and save,
I see.
and then it should be able to.
And then
But you have to do the
save.
motion with both of your hands though. So, like I do this and
Oh.
pull down, it should launch me up. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. And then you can just keep doing it.
Oh, Mister.
Doing it.
Yeah, like when you squeeze your triggers and let go, it always just kind of does the last action that you bound it to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When I squeeze my triggers and then let go,
But I can
it
do
just jumps. It's
if I
always
do-
done that.
like if I just press it, it does that. But if I do slightly down, it launches me forward.
Yeah.
I'm
But
struggling to do.
And then if I do upwards,
You can do it more than once. And input when you can just do it forever.
yeah. And then if I do it upwards instead, I go back. Oh, I go backwards.
Okay, now here's what I went for you.
oh yeah.
That's pretty neat.
Know that? That's cool.
All right. So this clicks, and now.
Yes, no shit.
Oh, but
That is exactly what it is, and it is the exact problem that VRChat is going to have as well with the persistence. But
To do fists?
Well, nothing happened to me, so when I press both shifts,
So I flattened it all down into a single.
Oh, no,
nothing
no, no.
happened.
So, have you ever done gestures on desktop?
So you have gestures that's like F1 through 10.
Or shift
Yeah, you have.
F1.
Okay. If
You have to do
that's the case,
left,
which gesture would it be?
I'm not really sure. Oh, there you go. Okay, now you're doing gesture faces.
I'm
not sure what gesture or this is.
So now if I do this one,
Well, that's good. You probably
and I want.
You saw a tree?
But it looks like you need both hands, so you need to
You know the shirt that I have
press
that has
the
like
left shift and then whatever.
like a pile of hearts?
It will not work that way because you can only because from what I know is on desktop you have to like switch in between modes, as I would say. I'm going to call it left shift mode and right shift mode.
You can do both
can
at the same
only
time.
be in one of the modes.
They should combo.
Tell me what button to press.
Left
It
shift
should be shift F2
through
and
F,
then right shift F2.
through the Fs and then right shift through the Fs. It's just left hand, right hand.
Wait. Left shift and then left shift and
I
then
get this. It's F2 for me.
F2.
left shift.
I learned all of the moves.
Left shift F2.
That's cool.
Now.
Nice.
Right
Right
shift
shift,
F2.
F2.
Nice.
Okay, I can only switch in between modes, but I cannot be in like both of them at the same time. Oh wait a second. Now I got stuck at like right shift. Yep, this is what I meant. This is what I meant.
No,
now I got stuck at right shift.
No.
So now I go to like right shift and then F1.
Yeah, just right shift F1. You do that with both. So F1 is just clearing everything that's neutral, and you can do that on both left and right.
Oh. Well, that's not my case, because what I've tried is something like, oh boy, how? Okay, I know how to draw this, but I don't know how to say it.
Unfortunately.
Here you go, Nose Joe. Visit that URL.
Okay, imagine you have you have two rooms. Okay, imagine you have two rooms, and then in between there is a door, right? So on the left room you have 10 buttons, whatever, they are connected to each other. However, the F1 button is right at the door perfectly.
Press confirm.
Now on the
And then
right
it should say link or user data saved successfully.
F1 through F10.
Is it possible?
I don't see where it says confirm.
On your keyboard, right? There should be a pop-up.
Maybe not different scaling, but different workers.
Yeah, it should be.
When you interact with the URL box, it should give you
repeating filters, not the dimensions.
Am I supposed to see something?
I want you to click on it again.
That button on the left.
That
And then-
just regenerates the link.
I don't see any text for it.
Right, that's part of the sample.
You saved it, right?
Repeating mode and the filtering mode, like if you have
I saved all that stuff back there, yeah.
Okay, like for example, because I am on the left room, I am on F1, I can go to the right room.
No, nothing showed up.
I know there's you've copied this link, right?
Okay, so now
There's a link there?
I am.
Okay, you enter, yes.
There's just one thing, like not to like put you off, but I'm just gonna give you a fair warning that you have to be very careful with this in VRChat.
Why?
Because if you're generating something to exfiltrate, like if you're encoding usernames and wanted into this, you can get in trouble. If you're not very, because you're extracting essentially third-party data from the game. But users have to click it
I'm not
themselves.
storing usernames.
No, but like I'm just saying, like the data you extract from here, you have to be very careful with what you're extracting and be very clear with what you're extracting and how it's stored and so on. Because VRChat is very strict when it comes to taking data out of the game.
Well, the save data, that's
I get what you mean. I'm just saying just be very careful with what you store and be very clear with what you store. This is what I'm saying.
okay.
Like most of them are gonna be.
Like it's not to put you off. It's just they are extremely strict on it.
So I should like add a privacy link to my thing.
Well, at least some way to inform users before they actually click this or even load your URLs.
It works fine.
But it still doesn't like put you in a safe mode to it. Like I'm just saying, be very clear on what you have because they are, like I said several times now, very strict. You're not gonna get punished for it. Like you get told off and told to stop. But I'm just saying, just be very clear with it because it's a very good concept you've done here. So.
Thank you. I wanted to show it off, and like 7 people are looking at what I did, and the rest is just talking. So I'm kind of just upset.
Well, that's how it is here. Like you have people get interested in a little bit, they look around, and then they kind of just sit and mingle with people, and then you have other people who's like interested in the like tech behind it and how it works. So it's just how it is. Yeah.
Thank you very much. It should be safe either way.
No. Anything you send out, everyone will, or anyone that wants to find something will always find it. Because I had, if we're talking about your world, I had someone on stream that just loaded up the world and they had everything.
What do you mean?
When they loaded your world, they got everything, like all information, all the URLs and everything that's being sent.
Oh wow.
What do you mean? You mean the VRC URLs?
Yeah, like anything that you sent out, basically in that. Or we received.
What do you mean I sent out? I don't.
All the
I gotta follow.
requests.
Yeah, in your
API
world.
requests.
In your world, yeah, the API request, all of that, like anything you have in the world, everyone will see because it's also in the log.
There aren't any other form apart from like image loading, string loading, and the video.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. The endpoints themselves are public, but how they work.
So here's the URL.
I mean, try it.
Famous last words.
Don't say that. I have a very high expectation or that this works.
But that's the point. Well, you might get disappointed then if it doesn't go exactly how you want it to.
I mean, I know it works. Everybody who does set a string.
Was it Crasium that had the large drawing world?
Oh, that one. Yeah.
Yeah, because they did exactly like you did, where it was basically every like small tile on the floor was its own URL, and you just like sent a bunch of them, and then someone got all the URLs and just went outside the game and started, sending stuff there. But you're not exactly storing anything; you're just putting everything in the URL, or encoding everything into the URL.
Reading the data is easy if you figure it out.
Oh yeah.
But actually writing to it, I did go through some lengths to try and make it as
It'll take a little bit of effort to like figure out what is what, I guess.
Yeah, and even if I'm not sure
with what you can do, there's a lot of people that have looked into these very things as well.
But as long as you can't like revert or view the source code of my Udon scripts, I don't think you should be able to reverse engineer how the URL gets parsed by the API to then load or
I'm not gonna like.
And then again, what I'm using to store data isn't JSON. It's not XML or anything. It's like my own syntax that I wrote to store data.
I'm not gonna like discourage you from doing anything because I think you should continue doing stuff. But just one thing you should just have like not have any sort of expectation in terms of security and whatnot is that anything you put into a world can be viewed by anyone. Like anyone that has access to or can like code the cache files and whatnot can actually see what Udon code you have. It's not impossible.
So people can reverse engineer like Udon scripts. That's a thing.
The Udon assembly, yeah.
So it's just
how
like
how.
I mean, it's a bit complicated, but to explain, I suppose. But they basically just get access to the package file, and then they unpack that and get the Udon file, which is just assembly, and then they can revert that from assembly to a script if they want to.
Well, you don't have to if you know how to read it on assembly.
Yeah, but it's very easy to get it. Because there's no security per se on the files, but they also you can't really put security on or like encrypt those files and whatnot because people will have to decode it anyway. So.
Yeah, but so the security you have in yeah, you can also.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you could say that about anything. Anything that runs on your computer can be reverse engineered at some point.
But have you been to the AFK world where like you have this like pet sort of thing that you attack to get the coins and whatnot?
Yes.
Idle,
but that just uses codes.
Yes, but what they did there is that they at least did in the early beginning, they kept changing around because they were updating and adding new stuff, so they were changing the code. So they had like converter from old to new and whatnot. You could do that as well, just like change stuff every time so that like every once in a while you have a different thing, so they'll have to like start over again to actually see what you've been doing. But
I mean,
forever fights. So.
There's lists of ways I could obscure the way that I compile the way that I encrypt stuff, and if I do change it every time I update it,
but I mean,
I have access to both the world and the API. If I change something on both sides, the user never has to store a code. The user never really is supposed to interact with his link. He just copy pastes, and if he does change even just one character, the API recognizes that and notices something's off, and then just not uses it. And yes, there is a time limit where you can use your URL, so you can't just copy it and then just the next day load it in. There is I think 10-minute time limit on that, which I could even go as far as to do something really intricate where I have a URL or like an endpoint on the server, where then the world makes a call to the URL, then stores the return value, then translates that over to another call with then the actual data. So then there's more interaction between the two clients.
There's actually doing OAuth almost then, like in terms of how the way that the calls are being handled. You go from the client to the server and then back to like something else and then to the server again. And
I could do like client makes a call to the server returns a secret key that's only like used for 5 minutes, and then I use that key to encrypt the data on the client, and then I send that data over to the server, and then when the server decrypts it, it uses that 5-minute viable key to then decrypt it, and then tries to interact with it. If it works, then it knows this is a legitimate call. Like, there are some ways that I have had in mind to keep it as secure as possible. This isn't my first time trying to write the networking for that kind of stuff. I'm working on a kind of like social media platform, or not a social media, but like a platform thing, mostly for like portfolio usage. So it'll be like a public thing, but it won't be like, the replacement for Twitter. It's just like, look what I made with my talent, and then I'll slap it on my portfolio and stuff like that. So I have tapped into security and in cryptography and stuff like that.
You're gonna like whenever Udon 2 comes out.
Nothing.
You mean the actual? What do you mean? Because of the world persistency, or?
No, Udon
Why?
2. Like we have Udon now, but Udon 2 is a
Yeah.
upgrade of what we have.
And what does that upgrade bring?
It
Like rewriting the
brings
entire thing.
yeah, like it basically opens up like the C# language.
No more Udon assembly.
No more. So that means I don't have to bear with the fucking. This method is not exposed
like
to
web
Udon sharp.
assembly,
Please.
right?
Well, yes and no. There will still be security stuff in there. Like you cannot do open files and so on.
File.delete.
Yes.
Yeah, no, that's obvious.
Why I cannot?
But I'm gonna be able to do more. For example, I imagine you can then use string.trim. I'm so angry that you can't use string.trim or lists or dictionaries. It's so fucking annoying to
Well,
be restricted
you
to
can't
arrays.
use the regular list and dictionaries.
checked
You have to
String
use
Builder?
yes, there's that too.
No.
String
There was
builder
a-
is exposed in like the most recent SDK update.
I use like
Eating candy.
barely any community prefab. I don't use any
String
actually.
builder
The
is
only
No,
system
no.
C#.
Yeah, it's a method that was exposed in the last update, SDK update.
Oh, that's what you mean. Oh, I thought string builder was like okay.
So,
No.
also you
it's
can
a
use
more efficient way to kind of generate strings.
yeah.
I
Also you
see.
can use
Because it doesn't allocate.
you can use list and dictionaries, but not the C# list and dictionaries. You have to use the VRC list and dictionaries.
Oh.
It's like it's just Google.
Well, that's good to know. God damn.
Yeah,
I
so they
didn't-
won't have like this Udon assembly language anymore, and they will be compiling like C# and Graph to like WebAssembly or something like that.
That's
So then it will be like more natively supported as well for like writing C# variants of like your Udon programs, right?
I see.
So
Like, there
even
won't be
with
that-
Udon 2,
yeah.
we won't be able to use like lista and you. But is it for the row type or like for other reason?
No, so
I think the generic types just weren't supported in like Udon in general, but with Udon 2 that should be solved, right?
yeah, so the thing now is that they have to like go through a lot of things and like export whatever and it needs to be exposed in a way.
Yeah, test it for
But with
security.
Udon 2, yeah, but with Udon 2, they essentially just. I'm not sure if they're gonna go with like a type of blacklist or whatever, but they block off the ones that that they're not gonna give you access to, and then
Like system.io.
yeah. So and then you literally just write
90%.
normal. Yeah. So you could literally just go onto the Unity asset store and just grab whatever script you want and just slap it in and put it into world, and it will in like 90% of the cases work. Yes. As long as it doesn't access any files.
So someone would probably write a script to automatically convert things that aren't exposed to things that are. If it's possible. For someone.
Well,
Compatibility.
either
change.
way, I
Okay.
think I'll have to think a bit
I
more
am going
about,
to end my stream here though, because it is late.
security.
I gotta go sleep. And we're also
I'll
done
have
with the
to
event.
wait until like I'll keep making backups every day.
Thanks for
or, like,
watching.
Something to make backups, and then just when something